What's up, fish gang? Welcome back to Monster Fish Only, aka Mofo Fish, where we talk about monster fish and monster tanks. I'm your host, OGP, and today we're talking about the illustrious, the powerful, the ferocious Snakehead fish. And lucky for you blokes, I happen to have one right here. Oh wait, that's me belt. What did I wear to work on one day? Oh, that's what Diane meant when she said she wanted to see me snake again. Uh-oh. I've got to go eat some pizzas. DJ, run the intro.
Hey, fish gang, you know we come alive from the fish tank. Don't be getting mad cause your fish lame. Yeah, every time you hit I do a water change. Fish gang, you know we come alive from the fish tank. Don't be getting mad cause your fish lame. Yeah, every time you hit I do a water change. Water change, 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 water change. I really got a jag in the red tail. Fish gang smooth like Denzel. Your boyfriend's.
Alright, so before we get started, I just want to give a huge shout out to the fish gang. If you haven't already, smash the mofo like button, smash the mofo subscribe button, smash the mofo bell icon so we can get this content out to more crazy fish people like you. So let's dive in. There are many different varieties of this species, and there's a wide range of difficulties in keeping them, so we're going to go over a generic care guide. Similar to keeping dogs, there's a lot of different sizes and breeds and care requirements that you have to take into consideration. So this is a generic guide that will pretty much just be a good way to measure if you're capable of even taking care of the species or not. And then it'll be up to you to do your personal research for the specific type of snakehead fish that you plan on keeping. There's dwarf species that can get 10 inches, and then there's the great snakehead that can get 6 feet. Yeah.
6 feet.
In general, snakeheads need a few things to be happy in home aquaria. Obviously, large tanks. If you're going for the big boy, and I know you are because you're watching Mofo Fish, then you're going to need a 1,000-gallon aquarium. That's right, at least 1,000 gallons. It's a 6-foot fish. Stop playing. For the mid-level species of this fish, you're probably going to need a 250 to a 300 gallon. That's the one that I would recommend keeping, being that you're going to get that large, dominant personality and also be able to have something within reason. Those fish, all of these fish in particular, are known for being able to breathe out of water. Yeah, that's right, they can breathe out of water. And not just no windy couple of hours. I'm talking about for like 3 days. Yeah, they have adapted to be able to transfer from pond to pond or lake to lake, water source to water source to basically survive. It's a survival technique. And they will escape from your tank, and they will end up in your local stream if you are a fish fool and are irresponsible and don't put a nice solid lid on it. Don't believe me? Watch this.
It's a snakehead invasion. This frightening fish, it's got dagger-like teeth, a monstrous appetite. It even walks on land.
Sounds like it's out of a movie. This invasive and sinister species kills its competition, will grow up to 3 feet long, and can devastate waterways. Snakeheads have been reported in 14 states, but the first one has been caught and reported in Georgia now.
Now, we hate to say it, but this freaky fish was found in a private pond in Gwinnett County, and officials think it may have come from the nearby Yellow River.
Yeah, I know. That being said, they are nature survivors, so they can stand abysmal tank conditions, but that doesn't mean that you need to be a fish fool and not take care of it and provide it with a happy, healthy environment. Remember, I said they can survive those abysmal conditions, not thrive. You can go 2 weeks without eating food. Are you going to be happy? No. These fish can be absolutely ferocious. And I'm talking about savage predator fish. So they can be trained to eat pellets and dry foods, things of that nature. So you want to start that the earlier the better. That would definitely be recommended. If you're going to do that though, keep in mind, have to mix in shrimp and tilapia, other various forms of cut, fish, fresh prepared cut fish. You can do the frozen stuff too. You're going to have to introduce mealworms and crickets and earthworms. Those are excellent sources of protein for the species, and they really do enjoy those types of food. Tank mates need to be large. I think that goes without saying. You're probably going to want to stick to larger catfish just because they probably won't occupy the same level of water. Snakeheads typically like to stay near the top to the mid-level regions of the water of the tank. So larger catfish like channel catfish, red tails, ripsaws, tiger shovelnose, blue catfish, and other catfish alike, they'll do just fine with them. Keep in mind they do need to be bigger though when introduced. You could probably get away with a giant gourami and maybe even a pacu, fish that are really large, stuff like that. But despite them being ferocious predators, they can be a little bit timid when it comes to large tank mates. So just keep all that in mind when it comes to keeping them. I would personally recommend just doing a nice display tank with just one massive fish in there that just looks really awesome. That way it has a lot of fresh water, a lot of space, and you can really get the full personality out of that fish. They are beautiful enough to be kept alone, trust me. And they are tons of fun when it comes to feeding, live foods, if that's something that you choose to do, of course, responsibly. You're gonna need to have a sandy substrate, as these fish do like to burrow themselves into the substrate at times. They also have been known to do like a tail whip whenever they're angry or they're just frustrated or if they get scared. So having that soft substrate keeps them safer, keeps your tank safer, and the sand settles down and it's just easier to maintain. The tank temperatures are a bit interesting for this fish. So typically you want to keep it between 70 and 78 degrees. However, some experienced fish keepers say that you really need to unplug the heater for the winter months because that fish needs to take a break from the heat. That's just how they do in their natural habitats. They kind of go into like a semi-hibernation mode, and then when you plug the heater back in, their colors pop a little bit more. It's like time to spawn, it's time to do their thing. So it's actually a way to kind of enjoy the fish. That's going to be up to you though if you'd like to do that. It is what it is. Their lifespan is apparently 8 to 15 years, so take that with a grain of salt. Typically, I hear that about a lot of species, but they can live a lot longer than that. So if you provide it with the best home and super good filtration, super high quality water, super high quality food, and maybe even live a little bit longer than that. So just make sure you give it the best house available. Last, we can talk about breeding a little bit. Believe it or not, these fish are not hard to breed inside of home aquariums. That kind of surprised me too. Even when they're large, they don't really have a problem breeding in large aquariums. You just need to kind of simulate spring temperatures and just kind of get a male and a female and let them do their thing. Finding a male and a female is a little bit difficult because there's not many differences in the species. The females tend to be a little bit rounder and a little bit thicker, and the males tend to be a little bit more slender, and sometimes have wider heads, but sometimes that's not even a good way to tell. They typically are brighter colored, but again, the females can look pretty impressive as well. So kind of just have to see what you get if you get a few of them and slap them in there. Again, that would take an absolutely massive aquarium to do so. However, if you do get a male and a female, they typically will breed. The breeding process is pretty simple. She lays a ton of eggs. The male fertilizes them, and the healthy ones will float to the top. The unfertilized ones will stay down at the bottom and kind of just, turn into a mess. So bear in mind that could be a lot of fish that come out of that scenario and out of that situation. So if you want to keep them in home aquariums and you want to try to breed them, just be sure that you're like some type of breeder or something, because you're going to get a ton of these fish and you're not going to know what to do with them. Especially because, that leads me into the next portion, they're not totally legal everywhere. So they're a little bit difficult to obtain. However, lucky for you, I care about you. I care about all my fish fools. Subscribe to the channel, by the way. But I care about all you. I care about all the fish fools. I care about all my mofo fish people. And I came up with a few species that are similar and will probably be just as fun to keep. Those are going to be the Beacher, which is kind of known as like the dragonfish or something like that. The bowfin, the alligator gar, and the arowana fish. That's going to be the best type of flowing type of fish with similar personality. That you can still get a lot of fun and really get a lot of joy out of as a monster fish keeper. Trust me, all those fish have a lot of personality. All those fish are primarily predator fish, and they're a lot of fun to keep. And to the best of my knowledge, they're a lot easier to get than the snakehead. But that's all I got for you today, man. Shout out to the fish gang. Shout out to the whole Mofo Fish family. We really appreciate all the love and support we've been getting lately. This has just been incredible for us. So please continue to share the content. We genuinely appreciate all the support. Yeah, but if you haven't already, smash the Mofo like button, smash the Mofo subscribe button, and hop in the Mofo comment section. That's all I got for you. I'm out the tank. Thanks for watching. Hey you. Yeah, fish food. If you subscribe to the channel already, then welcome to the fish gang. But if you haven't, shame on you. Keep in mind, every time you subscribe to a channel, particularly maybe this one, your fish live a little bit longer. It's science. It's real science. But, in all seriousness, you get a chance to win some free stuff. So hit the subscribe button, enter for your chance to win. All you have to do is just subscribe. It's going to be a Sun canister filter, the 304B, rated for like 525 gallons per hour. I wouldn't give you guys something that I don't personally use or I haven't personally tested, so I do have it on 3 of my tanks. I've got it on this 75 here, and I've got it on 2 125s. So we will be giving it to one of our lucky viewers for absolutely free. All you have to do is just hit the subscribe button, comment you love Mofo Fish, and hit that like button. We're out the tank.